Hi, I'm Gerry from Gerry's Craft Room, and today is the first day of the Stamping Without Stamps challenge. There will be 3 days of inspiration about using mark making tools other than stamps. I have a challenge pre-fun sheet for you that you can download. All the things you need are on there, and I have added the link in the description box for you. So let's start with the steps for day 1. So today we're starting with the first steps of the 3-day Stamping Without Stamps challenge, and I'm going to use 3 inks in warm colors. I use warm colors to avoid getting a muddy color, which can happen when you mix cool and warm colors. And you can also pick cool colors, that will work too. I start with applying Distress Oxide ink to my work surface, and then I spray some water and I'm going to press my paper in it. I just want one thin layer this time, and you can spray some more water if needed to get the color on the page. You can fill the paper with color or leave some white space. Just do what you like best. I like filling the page with color. So when I'm done adding the color, I blot with some kitchen paper and then you can let it dry. You can use a heat tool to speed up the process. Now when the page is dry, I'm going to use my first tool. I start with the lightest color. Make sure you have your project on a few sheets of kitchen paper. This will help you get better prints. I am using my Stamper's Secret weapon under the paper, which is also a soft tool which will help get better prints. And then I just start stamping. I start with the empty toilet paper roll. I cut a roll in half so it's a bit closer to the paper and it's easier to stamp with. And then I use the plastic cup. This will give a different size rings and a bit of a thicker print. This is to show you some options. If you don't have a plastic cup, just add more circles with the toilet paper roll. And then I have my toilet paper roll again and I cut it in half. And then I take a stick, a brush for instance, and start rolling it around the stick. The beginning is hardest, so roll it back and forward a bit to make the paper softer. When it's all rolled up, secure it at the end with a piece of tape. Now make sure the ends are at the same level. And then press it in the ink pad and start stamping. I love this fun shape, it's so cute. Sometimes you have an idea that you think will work and there are times it's not really all that. But this one definitely turned out great and I'm very excited about this cute shape. And then some more with orange, and I'm going to go on with this page tomorrow on day 2. Now on with the next technique. I will show you 2 different ways to do a resist technique. I have my embossing ink pad, the plastic cup, you can use the toilet paper roll too. I have my 4 sheets of kitchen paper under my white paper. This will help you get better prints. And I'm making a tag for this one. And I start with stamping with the plastic cup. I also use my empty tape roll. If you don't have one, you can use the toilet paper roll and make it smaller like I showed you with the first card. Now then you apply the clear embossing powder, and I'm going to melt that with the heat tool. Here you can already see the circles a bit. And now I'm going to add the color. I use Versafine in just one color, and I'm going to use a sponge. You can use an ink blending tool too if you like. I load the sponge with ink, and then I first make a few turns on the paper. This way you get to see the amount of ink on your sponge, and you spread it a bit in the sponge. And then I just ink the complete tag, lighter in the middle and darker along the edges. Now this is already a fun background for this tag. I will leave it like this for today, and I will go on with this one tomorrow and add some more fun texture and prints. Now for the third one, I'm going to make an art journal page, and I will be using glue to make a resist. I use wood glue or PVA glue, and that will work great for this. I add some glue with a sponge to the cup, and again I have a few sheets of kitchen paper under the art journal page to get better prints. And then I do the same with the toilet paper roll. And then I will let it dry. Don't use a heat tool on this one because it will cause bubbles. The glue dries really fast, so you have time to grab something to drink and then go on. I'm going to use another ink, Memento this time. I have the small ones, but they are also available in a bigger size. And now I use the ink blending tool to apply the ink. I started with the lavender that was not giving much color, so I used the light blue instead. I'm applying it in a circular motion, adding the colors randomly. Now when you are blending colors like this, go over the previous color a bit too, so they blend seamless, and you can always go back with the first color again if needed. I like to add the colors in 3 spots to create a fun background. And these are the 3 projects for the first day. Make sure to pick the one you like and try the techniques. And I'd love for you to come back tomorrow for day 2. And as you may know, I always love to see you make, so don't forget to use hashtag Gerry's Craft Room and hashtag Stamping Without Stamps when you share your work on social media. I hope you liked the video. I will be back tomorrow with new steps, more tools and fun shapes and the next layers for your card, tag or art journal, or maybe you like to make all 3 too. So I hope to see you tomorrow and remember to keep on crafting.